All right. We have Magic Celebrity Brian Coval against Nick Pynn. Brian on the Oath of Druids decks that we saw earlier today. We don't know what Nick is on. Wasteland Saga Moxes. And a Luris. All right, so we've got him on Luris.
Nick Pynn.
Oof, and a no rod and an Oath already in play. Not where Nick Pynn wants to be. Pynn.
That's a Y.
Oh, that's a Y. I apologize. There was the graphic through me.
All good.
Alrighty. Let's see. So, all right, there's a Gataxian Probe revealing his hand. But again, if you're Brian Coval, you've got to be feeling just fine. Yep, and then a pass. We are a Forbidden Orchard away. There's a Thoughtseize. You're taking Force of Will, right? Just out of, because none of the other cards matter. Maybe the Plow.
I think the Plow. That seems to be the only thing that's going to be even remotely close to being cast.
You draw a blue card or you draw a land. You're one card away from both cards.
Yeah.
The Plow just delays the Atraxa because that assumes you've got Oath online already.
Maybe like take the blue card, Time Walk or something, or Force. Like
yeah. Again,
but I mean, now you
I think either choice is fine there. He opts to go for the Plow.
Yeah, Coval's sitting in a very good spot.
And then there's the Forbidden Orchard. So I think we are.
Yeah.
I think we'll be moving on to a quick game 2, and there it is.
The 1-2 punch.
Are we able to skip, or are we?
Yes, let's go back.
All right, so we're going to come back to the booth for 1 second while we get game 2 ready for you. Very quick one there. Oath doing exactly what it wants to do against Luris. Again, in a very heavy Luris field, Oath is where you want to be.
Yep.
It's a natural predator for that deck because the Luris decks need things on the board.
Yeah, and nothing being able to be cast there sucks, but that is
Moving
what...
right into game 2. Looks like both players kept their initial 7. Yep, that is confirmed. And we are off to the races with an Underground Sea into a Mox Pearl.
Okay, we can have Bowmaster mana up, ready live. Instead, we will Time Walk.
Okay. Yep, there's a little man on a road, so yep, there is Time Walk. Okay. Proxies are great for coverage, gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Yep, there is a Mox Sapphire. And again, this is what the Luris deck wants to do, but again, it's just not really doing anything.
Do we have Ancestral here? Nope.
A cycle of Lorien revealed for your next land.
It's a more costly Ancestral. Yeah.
They can work on it. Like again, Lorien revealed a great card for these decks, but just against Oath, like you take multiple game actions, but they don't really accomplish very much.
Yeah. Paying the 3 for the companion to be back in hand.
Oof.
It's not like
that can't be what you want to be doing. You're not.
It's not progressing the board that much, but it is part of the game plan. You're trying to get Luris in play, ready to do some more broken things.
Yeah, but yet in the graveyard right now, nothing to bring back.
Yeah, 3 mana to do that is.
And you can't just run the Luris into play into fear of an Oath.
Got the Wasteland out there.
Oh,
All right,
now we're gonna
casting
cast
a full on. All right, this is the Ancestral that we were looking for.
Now we're gonna draw 3 more cards that don't do anything.
Yeah, maybe he's got like forced backup for this. Huh?
We do have a response.
Maybe a Flusterstorm in this case. Let's see what
That
Ryan's
could be
got.
Flusterstorm, could be Spell Pierce.
Yep.
You've certainly seen Pyroblast fade from the meta. Oh,
Vamp in response.
Vamp Tutor in response to the Lorien revealed.
Okay. Let's see. Coval's deck looks like this is game 2, so we might have seen Oko come in. Sphinx to Steel Wind. Does that make Esper any worse?
I think you just stick with the Atraxas. There's no need.
Yeah, there's no need to. Sphinx is for other decks.
Yeah,
Sarah's
Sphinx-
Emissary, potentially.
Sure.
Long Goodbye.
Just say protection from instance.
Yeah.
Long Goodbye, I think, is a card you want.
Yep.
And there's the Oath of Druids. Likely what he Vampire Tutored for. There's a Force of Will.
Yep. Going off the
Likely.
Lorien, probably.
I mean, it's the Oath is the first real spell, so maybe he was sitting on it, but not surprised to see him have a Force here. Whoop. And there's a
Brian
Flusterstorm.
Flustering back. How many copies? 1, 2, 3,
Enough.
4.
Is there another force to protect it again? There is not. Oh, there
Oh,
is.
there is, okay.
All right. Expensive,
Nice.
an expensive proposition for Nick Pynn.
Yep.
But
Brian's
he-
still got some cards here. He might be able to force back.
Yeah, but he did draw the extra 3 cards, so oh, okay.
All right. 1 Atraxa down out of the deck, but still got, looks like 3 more.
So many him to Thorax.
Yep, 3 more Atraxas back in the deck, so we're going to
That
be...
is going to resolve.
Brian opted not to do any...
We could be into a very, very
Guy's
quick
Blessing
feature
or
match
something.
here.
Yeah.
So what does Nick have now? Does he have sideboard stuff they could bring? Does he have cages? Does he have
Let's-
containment priests?
See what Nick did with his deck. Pynn. Nick Pynn is for control.
There is a brainstorm.
Okay. So there's Dress Down, which does only temporary disruption.
That will prevent the card draw if you do it in response to the oath trigger or the card
Yeah.
recuperation.
Yep. Containment Priest needed to come down like
It would need to come down right now.
right now.
Yeah, has to be before the oath triggers.
So and also Grafdigger's Cage, 1 out of the sideboard. So
Cage would do it.
yep. So three Containment
All right,
Priests.
there's an ancestral recall.
Yep. Okay, maybe this
So it
will draw
appears
into
Brian's
it.
completely. He's not hellbent.
No, he's got like 1 or 2 cards left after that exchange.
There's a Tundra, and there's Grafdigger's Cage.
There we go.
And a
check out
Wasteland.
that. And beats. You got to remember the beats. There's the
And a
beats.
swing for 1.
All right.
Just can't be happy if you're Brian Coval looking at that facial expression. There is a Misty Rainforest and a quick pass. Maybe we are not headed to game 3 so quickly. Headed to a quick match resolution so quickly.
One of the fun things about this Oath and Grafdigger's Cage thing, what happens is you can still trigger the Oath.
And then the creature stays on top of your library. Right?
Yep. And then you can just draw into it. Kind of crazy.
I mean, if you had 7 mana in play, that might be effective.
I've seen it happen.
Yes, but again, when we're dealing with 3,
Yeah.
probably a little bit less so.
Yep. He needs Lotus plus.
And when a Lotus won't get you there, one could say you're a ways away from that.
Yeah. Maybe a treasure token.
So, I mean, a lot of answers to the cage in Brian's deck.
Yeah, Brian has probably Force of Vigor ready.
Force of Vigors, Abrupt Decays, Boseiju.
Let's see. Brian.
What do we have for him?
Don't. Oh, I had to refresh my page.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
And it looks like he is actually going to Oath.
Okay. Maybe get the blue card in hand for a force.
That tells me he's got a show and tell in hand.
Ho ho. Okay. That does that too.
All right, I stand corrected. Maybe you don't need 7 mana to need to do that.
That
All right.
is a heads up play.
Hope
Yep.
it's a Caracas.
What is that?
I have
Time Vault.
no idea.
And
There is a swords.
in response to
The trigger?
the trigger. We'll see.
Now
10
the
off
trigger
the
will
top.
resolve. 10 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. What do we got here?
Mana, Mana Crypt. Another show and tell. Force of Will.
Sorcery.
Flash. Another Oath.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not a lot there.
Yeah, it's not a ton. There.
Oko.
But Oko to hit the Grafdiggers is kind of big. He could pull the same thing with that same trick that we just saw with Atraxa floating up to the top.
Do it with the show and tell again.
No, do it with a flash.
But he's got another show and tell too.
Oh, I didn't see the show and tell.
Yeah, that's the sorcerer.
That was a sorcery. Okay, great. Yeah, that's another thing. So we might see a repeat.
Yeah. So there's nothing really to bring back with the Luris at the moment, correct?
It doesn't appear to be. No. Yeah, it's all been like sorceries and instants at this point.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much. So Luris not been super impressive as Luris today. Not too much stuff to bring back.
Yeah. Surprising.
All right, Saga ticks up to 2.
Getting in there
Who
for.
do you consider ahead right now?
I think Brian is ahead at this point because he has at least a structured path going forward. Like Nick's just hanging on to one card right now. Maybe it's the one of Force of Will. Hard cast that. Never mind.
Apparently
It's
it's a
a
wasteland.
All right.
That's not going to do what you want it to.
Yep.
Do you think he oaths and does the thing?
Yep, he does the
that's what
thing.
We're gonna do.
Yep.
You hope it's not your last card.
Well, I think we've seen 2 Atraxas. One pitched, one swords.
So 2 left.
Probably. Oh, whoa.
A lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards.
A lot of Osages.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here we... Oh, there it is. Okay.
How many cards are left?
Okay, Brian... I was trying to say earlier, Brian is not running the Guy's Blessing.
No, he's not. We saw that earlier today.
So this triggering... They go back to the bottom of the graveyard, correct?
What
Or your
cards
bottom
are
of the
left?
deck,
What?
if once revealed.
For Oath of Druids?
No, for...
No, they go to the graveyard.
No, Atraxa.
Oh, no, Atraxa goes to the bottom of the library.
Correct. So he's... Yeah.
He's got his whole deck right there.
Needs to close out, though.
Yes. Another Atraxa.
Another Atraxa.
Plenty of cards. He's not going to deck. Another Plow could be a
So
problem.
is it a you may choose? Because that might
Well, no,
mean-
you don't draw the cards. You reveal them.
Well, yeah.
So if he has less than 10 cards, he doesn't deck.
But what I'm saying is, can you put the other Atraxa without having to choose it and put it in his hand? Like, it's so you choose one of
You
each
may.
type.
You are not forced to choose. You can.
Exactly.
You can fail to find.
Right. So you can just
Yeah.
basically just put more stuff into your
Yeah.
your back into your library.
So it looks like we've got 2 cards beyond whatever gets shuffled back with Atraxa. Is that right?
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Atraxa.
No cards in hand. How many artifacts are in play? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're looking at a 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7 constructs, which will force Atraxa
Not
to trade.
small. Yeah. And the other thing is, Nick could combo.
He could. Do we know if Brian has access to Time Walk still, or was that milled away?
I don't know. Was there any artifact hate? Because that vault is live.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That
No
is-
longer live.
That is a Nature's Claim.
Making the
Targeting the Saga.
okay.
Make a dude.
So not getting the access to the key now.
Sure. I guess
Potentially
that takes
still
away.
off the top, but
Still, it's a 7.
is a
Am I,
1,
if
2,
I'm not,
3,
it's a s-
4,
no, that's
5?
a lot. It's going to be a lot less. I
Five,
made it
five.
7/7 because 2 tokens plus the found artifact.
Sure.
The disenchant slows that down, and there's an Oko. Now you've got to feel really good if you're Brian.
Yeah. All right, that was a good pickup for
Oath,
into the hand.
despite some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some patience straining Oath of Druids activations. Looks to be in fairly firm control. Just casting Oko, yet
Seems
to
to be-
activate it.
back in command.
Yeah. Do we know if he has Force of Will? Do we know if he has any counter spells in hand?
I didn't remember seeing any. I feel like they.
We're just trying to get the life totals properly confirmed.
Yep.
Looks like it's 23 to 16.
23-16. Brian's not in any danger. You might want to.
No.
Yeah. Well, the vigilant Atraxa is going to be able to do all the blocking
Maybe
work.
he just Okos the construct. Or honestly, do you just Oko the Time Vault just for an complete abundance of caution? Oh, he's got the Oko covers.
Nice. Came prepared.
Yes, he did. All right, 1 card off the top to Nick Pynn.
You know, if that was not.
It was not a key.
Yeah.
It turns out it wasn't. I would not recommend Oath of Druiding.
What's
We're
this,
going to roll for the Mana Crypt.
Oh, there's a mana. Okay.
Yeah,
I see it now.
underneath the Mox Sapphire.
It's hiding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like no damage taken.
Okay.
Oath of Druids. Not
Not
activated.
activating.
Fair enough. Dice back on top of library. Swing. And that is probably all we need to see.
Yep.
What do you think? I mean, is there how does Nick win this game? Like, what does it take between and because I mean his main way to win is decking at
Right.
this point.
Now, is there a Caracas?
It's 20 to 18. Caracas would be a good one.
Let's see. Nick Pynn's list.
All right, that takes
for
Luris
control.
off, but Luris hasn't really done much.
There is no Caracas.
Okay, so no Caracas.
Yeah.
Another card drawn, so 2 in hand for Nick. Can it get him out of this? Seal of Cleansing, sure. Let that resolve. That's no problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
No.
I think the
Yeah,
only
it's
thing
fine.
that
Pass turn. So you have to assume that's another land in hand.
yeah. The only thing that Nick can really
Lo-
pray for here
Taking
is
3 on the Mana Crypt, drawing a card.
having a key off the top.
But he's got to Time Vault the Oko now.
Yep.
Or Oko the Time Vault, I'm sorry.
Over the time ult.
You got to assume Brian he's got to be thinking that, like, how do I lose?
Yep.
Vault key.
It's the only possible thing, and he doesn't really care about an extra creature at this point.
Yeah, he's at 24 life. Needs 2 more attack.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you want to exchange anything with Oko. Yep, he's just going to pop the Time Vault. Yep, there you go.
All right.
Okay. I think that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah. Looks like about it.
Yeah. It's safe to assume the 1 card in hand is a blank. All right. Let's
He's got
see
2 more
if
cards left.
we are going to end this. Uh-oh, we've got something.
Got something.
So lower revealed.
Okay.
I let that resolve all day long.
Yeah.
Even if you have the counter, that's not what you counterspell.
No. Doesn't matter what he draws. That. So the
Oh, all right, fine. I guess we will counter that.
super conservative.
Okay.
Did want him to get
Sure.
some kind of
Fair
advantage.
enough. Fair
draw
enough.
out of potential things. Of course, we have perfect information knowing these deck lists, so Brian
Yeah.
might think that may draw
Again,
into
it's
a Caracas.
certainly not a bad play. You could have let that go, I think. But,
Yeah.
you know, certainly fine.
Drawing into a Caracas actually would like kind of swing it around a little bit.
Yeah, Caracas is probably the only card he's afraid of.
Yeah.
Because if Caracas comes out, he decks.
Uh-huh. Because then, like, got the army on the ground, Oko's unprotected.
Yeah.
Can't really
Well,
hardcast him.
they'll make short work of Oko.
Yeah.
He's got 10 power in play.
Yep. All these elks.
Just quick library count. Not a lot of cards left in there.
Couple more
One
swings.
of which we
should
know
do
is
it.
Oko.
Yep. I've been in these situations before where you're just like trying to finish it out and like you don't want to like mess up anything, so
Yeah.
a hyper aggressive counterspell on
It's like
something.
an abundance of caution.
Yeah, it's like let me just make sure that I'm
Just
not
the hell
gonna
with
I'm not gonna give him any chance. It's
All
probably
right,
land.
there we get
Yep.
to see the Scalding Tarn.
It's a land.
Pays 2, draws 1.
All right.
Shorten to the library ever further. All right. I'm assuming did he already attack this turn? I don't think so. All right, we're gonna activate Oko. Oh, are we gonna trade? Are we gonna give the Mana Crypt in exchange for an elk, for the Luris elk?
Oh,
I love that.
that's mean.
Harsh.
Oh nope.
Nope. Disenchanting
That's
in
seal
response. Seal
of
of cleansing in
cleansing that was
response.
rather useless until then.
Fair enough, though. I mean, again, I don't think.
Not too many other options though.
Yeah, again, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
The attracts of brick walls, everything. Yep. So Nick attacks. I'm sorry. Nick gets attacked down to 4.
All right.
there we go.
It is vintage champion
Brian Coval advances to 5-1. Definitely still in top 8 contention as we get into our later rounds.